It's a family of five. The woman is actually seeking for advice. The husband has been consistent in giving 5,000 daily, and the husband never miss. So she's like, you know, this 5,000 coin is not enough, and she does not want to sound like someone who's not grateful. She's like, if you have this 5,000 and you can give every day without missing it, why not give it to me once, and so that I can do justice in the planning towards it? Why? What is the motive behind you giving me, splitting it to that 5,000 daily? Why not give it to me in bulk? Like, he doesn't understand why husbands do that. And if I were addressing the question to the lady here, in that situation, what do you think can happen, and how do you think the family can survive, and what can it do, to scale through in that situation they find themselves?
Thank you very much. So the question is actually quite simple, and I don't know, it's just somehow to me, like, because 5k ordinarily, even if a single lady can barely survive 5k daily, because cost of feeding alone, then transportation, she's probably she's the one taking the kids to school, or if they are grown-ups, I don't know how old our children are, but then come to think of it, I think it's much more better if there's for every home. I think it's ethical and much more better if there is like this monthly household income. So this is the expense for this month. They stock the house, because if they keep buying maybe 5k every day, and it would not be enough. And I feel like the woman was actually very reasonable, and I think she's handling it pretty well to be able to like throw it out as a question or to seek for advice, because I don't think this is a question or a topic that actually needs advice on. If he can afford to like give it out 5k every day consistently, he should do it monthly. He should stay consistent with it. It would benefit both of them. But if it's then it depends on their relationship, how the household is currently for them, so they would know. And I feel like these things are conversations that should be had way before the family progresses, or before they even start making the family. You should know how they should navigate things like this.
Let me ask the question to you guys now. Why do husbands, like men now out there, like to give money splitted? Like, they like to split that money. They have it whole, but they don't want to give their wives once. You understand? Why do they like, okay, you can afford to give her 150 at once? It means that for you to be consistent, it means that you have it at once. So why can't you just give the 150k at once?
Well, it depends on the kind of a job the man is doing. You might believe he has the money and is intentionally giving that kind of amount instead of giving it at a whole. But sometimes it may not be what we assume. But let's assume the guy is a daily income earner guy. You understand? For example, maybe the bricklayer that until they goes out to the grade, you understand? Or maybe the driver until they go out to the head. Let's assume that's the case. It may be the easiest method to feed the family. You understand? Because one, giving every day to him makes it easier. Since he doesn't get the money on a monthly basis, so giving it on a monthly basis is also will be difficult. That's number one. Two is that let's assume the money is consistent and is able to give it to them. Now, OTF by Yaboje, that's the way the money used to come. So if you want to now we change it to the monthly, it will be difficult for the wife to understand, because it will first be seen from the angle of punishment, especially if they just fight. And two is that no matter the amount of explanation he gives to the wife to understand, the wife will not understand it at that moment, because she will be thinking of the person that needs to be met, which 5,000 naira usually at least manages. You understand? So the man will have to go extra mile before he can make that one work. And for example, if he can manage that one, let's assume he can manage it, he can save another 5,000 extra and be giving the wife, instead of 5,000, maybe he reduces it to 3,000, 4,000 naira daily. Then he will now be using it to save up for the month. By the time it reaches the month, he just give the wife. And yes,
You need to give small daily.
but the moment he gives the wife on a monthly basis, then the the daily receipts because there will be other needs that they will have to attend to. You understand? So, which of course I'm already sending a signal, I'm receiving a signal here that the head is shaking. But I think that on a good day, I think the wife can also help. Because there are some guys like they can't help in savings like that. Since they get on a daily basis, saving might be difficult for them. So if he marries a good wife, then the good wife, we all know that women won't finish the woman. We know they will always want to save up. So if she could able to save and try to manage whatever they have, it will be of help for this same woman at one end to withdraw from those money and use it for something else. She doesn't need to tell the woman, because if she tell the man, the fear that the man may not want to give him the whole money again will be there. So she doesn't need to tell the man. All she just needs to do is to develop the attitude of saving. And by the time she eventually saves, maybe 3,000 today, 2,000 tomorrow, you understand? 1,000. One way, after like 2-3 months, it will amount to 150,000. Okay. You understand? Then this will help her to carry on the assignment for the next time. 1 month. Then she also needs to develop the habit of trying to buy in bulk. I know this woman is already thinking that, okay, if you give me the money in a whole at home, I'll be able to buy the bag of rice and probably
things like that.
And things. But she should try to see how she can manage this little savings to buy in bulk so that she will save later. It may not be instantly. Okay. You understand? But I think in today's world, 5,000 naira is a big money, because in a situation where the lowest income earner, according to the government, is 70,000 naira, which of today we know that a number of people are not even getting that kind of a money, 70,000 naira per month. So it's like getting times 2 of it as they now divide it for you to be getting it on a daily basis. So it's now left for a woman. This is where the ability, how to know a good woman comes from. A woman who can manage these things, which every man needs.
Okay.
This is where communication comes in marriage. You can't just start withdrawing 5k letele otunso the 4k.
A woman,
no, I said it too. I said that
the woman.
No, you need to let her understand. I said it, but I said that there's no amount of explanation you give to that woman.
There is.
She will try to manage. When you tell her, okay, let me give
the
an
truth
example.
The truth is that the 5k daily and the total 150 for a family of 5, it's not. Let's just can we agree that it's not enough?
No, it's enough.
It's enough.
It's enough.
Okay, you want to argue that it's enough?
It's enough.
She's trying to say it's not enough. I want to hear you. Like, okay.
It's not like I come from one wealthy family. Okay. But there are some points that I said, and I want to like pick them up by one, so I don't forget. First of the withdrawal thing.
Okay.
No, any man, it doesn't matter what you do. Any man, Obikini, Obikeji, Obiketa, you don't have savings. You're now saying your wife should help you save.
Yeah.
No, the woman, I believe every woman in this 21st century would have a job. I don't expect anyone to be very idle. No, she would have a source of income too and support the family the best way she can. Okay. I've seen families where they split the bill because the husband cannot actually afford to not split 50-50, because to be honest, there's nothing like 50-50. So you can't split things equally. But there are times when maybe the woman would buy, the husband is not capable for now. The woman will be the one like doing that. And when it's back, he do it. He takes the responsibility. He takes back the responsibility.
I like the points you're bringing in. So
but now withdrawing the funds that is coming in steady. This is a matter of sitting them down. This is the plan. This month is going to be tough because we want to make it to the end of the month, and so by the end of the month you just have that communication. You communicate it out, you talk it out, and they will know how to navigate the whole situation. And so I think that's one of the points. And then two, the fact that if you marry a good woman, the woman knows how to help her save. I didn't
say you should help her save. I said she should know how to save
for herself.
Which is
if that's what you said, and I think that makes sense. Every person
can only help Because she knows that she's the one receiving this money,
Yeah.
and she knows this money is not enough for her. Then when she looks around her peer married people. When she hears the amount or calculates the amount her fellow married women are collecting, she might realize that she is even enjoying it. The only problem is that she's not getting it in bulk like some of the married women may be getting it. Let's now say, okay, you are collecting 5,000 naira. You are the one in this street. You collect 5,000 naira. Majority of women that I know, I don't know if that I know, once they collect from their husband the salary, they have the private savings they go into that the husband don't know. You understand? All this ajo, theft, or what do they call it? Now, they do it. Now, since she's collecting this money, she's the one that is going to the market to buy all these things. What concerns the man is to eat. He doesn't want to know how the woman spend the money. You understand? And you know that this money is not equal. It's not enough for you to buy something daily. Now, you can start saving. Like, spend out of the 5,000 naira, spend 3,000 naira, keep the remaining 2,000 naira today.
Would I help you conclude summarize what you're trying to say? If since you know it can't be enough, why not apply the long suffering rule?
For that month,
the next batch of money that will come,
you
can use to accelerate.
You get.
I think that's what it's trying to say.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
For example, if you say 2,000 naira times 30 days,
so you apply the long suffering
naira plus 5,000 naira that is coming that the money doesn't even.
I think that's the wisdom it's trying to say.
By the time you start adding them together, you are saving for better future, and you have more money.
I think that
for
makes
yourself.
sense. There.
I've been observing what everybody has been saying, and I feel that at the end of the day, the baseline of every good relationship, of every good marriage is communication. So, and I feel that the woman has not communicated well, or the man maybe has not listened to what she's saying. Because I feel in every good relationship or good marriage, you guys should be able to see that regardless of the fight or regardless of everything that is happening, you guys should be able to see that. Because now you are catering for 5 children. You knew when you were giving birth to the first, the second, the third, the fourth,
children,
and okay, 3 children.
3 children.
Okay, 3.
There are 5 in total.
Yeah,
both
okay,
husband
family
and
of
wife.
5. Okay,
Yes.
okay, I misunderstood the question. Even though say 3 children, I still feel you should have gotten to the point of reasoning that okay, now we have 3 kids. This is how we want the home to go. And why she's coming out to say it is because I feel the 5,000 naira she's getting every day is not enough. And maybe the man is like, I'm doing my best. Yeah, he's doing his best because before you married him, you knew what he was doing. And if maybe things have gone worse, you promised to stand by him. So now I don't see I'm going to blame both parties because I don't see her coming to social media because they are different advice, they are different level of advice. But I'll just say she should go back and communicate well with her husband. Where the things go wrong, go and check yourself, go and check your marriage. Where the things go wrong. The 5k, there can be a way that you'll be receiving the 5k and it will be enough if you guys talk about things. And because I feel 5k is not even enough in this day and age, but in marriage there are good times and there are bad times. Like everybody is facing it. Even the rich are even facing it presently in Nigeria. I don't know about the people that are not facing it, but I know there are still some probability of people, there are still some percentage of people that do not care what's happening. They are not affected by it. But I feel 150k, if you summarize, that's 150k in a month, and as likely said, 70k for minimum wage. So I feel I feel there's no even communication in the first place because 150k for family obligations, there's supposed to be a thin line between commanding and okay, I'm looking at you that okay, you can do this, because I feel that the man is just saying go and sort it out. Because if there's an issue now, maybe there's the problem of school fees and maybe there's a problem of school fees and other expenses now. So what's going to happen? And also the woman on her part, you should not be idle. And if for any reason you are idle, I still feel you have to communicate that okay, this is what's going on. This thing cannot be enough. Not coming to social media to look for, because at the end of the day, someone that might be giving you advice maybe seeing it from a different perspective or maybe expressing different things. So I just feel you should go back to your husband and communicate, and I hope things get better.
Another take on this is, there are some, yes, like you said, there are some times of difficulty in marriage, but I think by now people should learn that wọn kì í pọmọ sílẹ̀ bí kìíní mọ́. Before you have your first child, you have the first child, you know you are not financially stable yet. You should take your time. Because financial stability is important too.
Sorry
It's very important.
But in this, like in the society, do you believe that everybody cannot be financially stable? Like, do you just believe like, yes, we can be managing?
We can.
Everybody cannot reach that certain point.
Everybody cannot reach that certain point.
Okay,
that is where wisdom comes in. Know when to adjust maybe your lifestyle. Know when to adjust or know when to take things slow. Caution yourself that okay, you can't be living from hand to mouth and just be procreating. You just bring those children to suffer.
I see. I want
and
to.
the what the society has on children like that is a lot. What those kind of children that comes from very difficult background with many siblings and no money to cater for those children. What the society does to them, it ruins them. They go through so much, and it's not really emphasized enough. So people should just, and like you said, the wife, the husband, this kind of thing. If she wants to make it work, that okay, let's be monthly, and is the man, for example, like you said, maybe is earning daily. If it's a daily income thing, and I believe by now, nobody should have one source of income. Even if you're a banker, don't have one source of income. That's like the logic that I think everybody knows by now, or everybody should know if they don't know now. And then, sorry, I'm almost digressing. So if the woman is communicating enough with that husband, they can agree that okay, this is what we do. This month is going to be tough, but we'll get through it. Let's do it like this. So that we can meet up with the ending of the month thing. Because buying in bulk is way better.
Okay, sorry, can I come in? I think we are overblowing this matter, and let me tell you why. For a man to be that responsible, dropping 3,000 naira daily, and they have 3 kids, means that they are not in that marriage in a year. They've been more than at least, let's say, 7 years. Or let's say, okay, minimum 4 years.
Or 5.
You understand? And it's now dropping 5,000 naira every day. We have forgotten that this man is still responsible, probably paying the rent, paying the electricity, paying the school fees. Now, the question that came to my mind when we were discussing this is that, okay, let's assume this woman is a single mother and she has 3 kids. How many single mothers? We know we have who are more. But let's assume that we have some single mother that they are making their income is not equivalent to 4,000 naira per day. Won't she manage them? Let's assume the husband is an irresponsible. And inside that 4,000 naira, you understand, she will still pay the rent. She will still take the children to the school. Now, she now has the husband who will be, because the woman is not talking that the man is not responsible in these things. So the only thing is that the upkeep is 5,000 naira and it's small.
Sorry, please, I want to.
Do you understand? Now, I know. Okay. Now, the question is, that's why I said we're overblowing it. Because we assume that probably there are some other needs that may arise and that 5,000 naira, we're not taking care of it. But let's assume the man, based on what the woman say, the main concern is that 5,000 naira is not enough. But the man is paying the rent, is paying other bills. You understand? Inside that money. This other money, we don't know how it's getting there. Maybe that's the last card is getting, or some of them over. Because as a man that I am, I know that if I make 5,000 naira, 4,500 is going to the family already. You understand? Now, let's say for him to now afford 5,000 naira, we don't know the rest that he's managing himself. He now gave the wife, and that is why I said initially that it may be difficult for the man that collect a daily pay. We that are working monthly, we ask majority of us that are working monthly, how are they managing to save? Talk more of somebody that has a daily income. So, and that also I said the woman can help I'm not saying the man should be the one imposing it on the woman. The woman knows that, okay, for the past 4 years that we've been in the marriage, my man is consistent.
Sorry, please, that particular statement, that you've said it like 3 times now.
That
I don't want to believe it's possible for the same earning, or should I say, someone should be in that constant situation for 4 years of marriage.
Of course.
Wait, it's possible. But I don't like to cite example from something behind, from something that I don't look forward to. I don't like to cite. You can cite. How would I explain this? That will make sense. Okay, now you made an example reference to a single mother that would 5K. Won't she feed the children? Of course she would. She's a mother. That's the superpower women have. They'll always, even if they are breaking their bones, they're selling their part of the body to feed their children. But I don't like to cite the example from that.
Okay.
Because that's not what anybody prays for themselves.
No, nobody prays for it.
You understand? So I don't like to cite examples.
Okay,
for
let me say it this way. Even the man that we are talking about that is giving 5,000 naira, he's not even praying to remain where he is.
That's what I'm saying. Then you said for 4 years.
No,
it has been like that for 4
years. I
years.
said like 4 years. Meaning that when they first got married in that marriage, I don't think for the man to be affording 5,000 naira now, I don't think he was affording that before.
Do you know why? I feel this question.
It's like
it's not deep enough. It's not clear.
Sorry, it's like
because the way the unclarity of the question is making too many conversations to it.
Okay.
So the question is not clear.
I want to ask something. The question is it that the 5,000 naira is just for feeding? Because when we talk about upkeep, there are different. Like you have definition of your upkeep. I have definition of your upkeep. So now we need to know the upkeep they are talking about. Is it upkeep that food, transport, and clothes, or just feeding, or food and transport alone? Because now if
just money. Because the question is not clear. The question is sounding like that money. The way the question was asked and the way I've been answering since is like that money is for feeding, for transportation of the woman and probably the kids or anything, or you get, it's sounding like that is the money for that day,
but
feeding everything. So the question is not clear.
Okay. I don't feel that the woman should even in the first place,
although even if he's getting 5K, of course the woman too will have something that she's adding to it, because that's definitely she will have something that she's adding to. So the unclarity of the question is making it too broad.
Okay, let's base it, the upkeep, on the fact that, okay, take this 5,000 naira. And inside it, you take the kids to school, buy biscuits or whatever for them. Then I think what we will eat
for the family.
So now let's base it on that. I say let's base it. Okay, let's base it, the upkeep, on the fact that, okay, take this 5,000 naira. And inside it, you take the kids to school, buy biscuits or whatever for them. Then I think what we will eat
for the family.
So now let's base it on that. I say let's base it.
Now if you want to base it on that, say, I feel whatever line you base it on, or whatever you base it on, I think the baseline is the communication. Because at the end of the day, if you base it on only feeding alone, only transportation, only buying biscuits, personally, it will still be enough.
If I want to go to work or anything, my transport fare per day is more than 3,000 naira.
That's if you are going to work alone. What if the woman
now imagine the woman is working, she'll go to maybe a shop, she'll carry these kids to school and she'll still feed from that money.
But she has her shop now.
She has. Okay, so wait, let me explain something that happened from personal experience. Yes. Now there was a husband that was complaining that the wife was always, the man, maybe in a month, the feeding money for the month, just money monthly or sometimes daily. In a day, maybe one day, you just 2K today. Maybe another time, maybe a week after, or 4 days, 5 days after, it drops 1,000. It drops 5K one day like that. But at the end of the month, what does it drop? Maybe 15,000 or 20,000. Do you know that if you add all that money together, it's not enough? It's not enough for a week.
Yes.
It's not enough for a week. Now the woman is working. She sells food stuff and all of that. So wale. She will just pick it. You get, there's nothing to eat. I could sell rice. She will just carry it and go home. Please, when will the shop not run down? Because now an argument now sprout up one time when the woman's shop became empty and she was complaining that ati jegbarun, ati shekini kokinikon, that any small thing, your mommy will bring it from home. And let me tell you something, men, they tend to like have this, I wouldn't say men, some men, because I don't like to group people, not everybody is the same.
Thank God you
Some
said
men,
because I was about to say
some men would, they relax when they see that some things are coming easy. Maybe they are used to like giving that 20k or 5k to the, and they see that the woman is managing it, because the woman will always manage anything, to be honest.
Yes, you are
to
right.
Be honest.
You are right. I concur.
Maybe the woman is managing, they get used to it because the woman is bringing from home, so they feel like to change is going to be quite difficult because they are used to it. That's some men. Now in this case, like example of the some men is this man in question. So the wives bring it and brings things consistently like that until one day when the woman said lie, that what's meaning? Oh, shop, you did not give me money. I want to stock up market. You did not say anything to give me. There's no food at home because the woman's shop has now run dry. There was nothing in the house. It was now very, very obvious that what it was dropping was not enough. What are the arguments? You understand? And now the man now made a statement. Why dem a complain? Ṣáwa la jẹ gbárùn ni. Ẹjọ́ ta ló jẹ gbárùn?
Òun kọ́ ló jẹ gbárùn.
Òun ló jẹ gbárùn.
I will tell you why.
No. Wait. Àwọn ló jẹ gbárùn. It's the household. If they were able to, if the woman was doing it minimally, tó yẹ pé ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan ló kàn mú like things from her shop, toothpaste o, food o, provision o, she's taking everything from the shop. Do you know that they are consuming it? Law of like economics.
Sorry,
they are consuming it. So it's not like they are selling it, making the money back to restock.
For the fact that she's even doing it,
Okay,
there's no
let him talk.
For the fact that she's doing it, she's taking from her shop. At some point or the other, that man is not responsible. Sorry
Exactly, that is
because
it.
at the end of the day,
He's not responsible.
I still disagree.
He's not to me. He's not responsible.
Why I said the man is not responsible is because now you've seen that your wife has been taken, and there was no like sort of remorse. Because I feel natural. What you said is like whether all men agree with it or not. Like let's be factual in this 21st century. I've even seen it like in different, or in my friends' parents, I've seen it like when the woman maybe has been taking care of some part of the house, like now the man just relaxed that part is already sorted.
They can't help it.
So but I feel that's why I still said at the end of the day it's communication, because if that woman has communicated earlier and the man was willing to listen, that's
of course it's something I know. They communicated it out.
No,
you understand? They communicated. No, they talked about it that I cannot keep bringing things from. We need to make a better source of income. At some point, the woman suggested that the man should quit his job because the job was not doing, because they had better offer, but because maybe some people have this kind of ego.
Okay, I'm not trying. I'm not.
Okay, should I come?
Okay, imagine your wife suggested that rather than this work that you are doing, buy a mikra.
That's what I'm going to actually.
But
that's
you don't want to do it because
wait.
That's
what I'm actually going to. That there are ways that
they will suggest things. Women are built in one way that
but
they are problem solvers.
At the end of the day, you are still married to this man.
You are married to this man.
So I feel you not the thing. I just feel that I like what is happening to, like, just reverse the case now.
Mm-hmm.
You as a woman, you as a person, you not even want someone to come out. Let me say now. You are married. No, let me not even use it. Some A and B are married. Now, in this scenario now, we are reversing the case that what the woman is suggesting now, it's the man that is suggesting. Maybe you've been working in corporate investment before, or maybe you're an investment bank, and now the man is saying, see, let's do this. Like maybe let's start selling popcorn, or you can open a canteen. First off, as a person, you like. But you get, like, as a person, so, and I feel we are more egoistic than women. Like, so it depends on the way she bring the matter to the man. And I feel that if the man was actually responsible enough, there will be no way that the shop will be empty. Because if you are responsible, you will have known. Forget the fact that she is telling you, or
should I?
Before you even answer the question, I already knew the person was like, the man was very irresponsible. Because that statement caused a very big problem with them.
Which problem? Statement?
Shawala jegbarun.
Okay. Should I say something? Should I?
Okay, sorry, please. Because it is your responsibility to provide for the family. The woman is to support you. The woman bathes the children, clothes the children, do all of that things. Your own responsibility is feeding and school fees.
That's why I said the dynamic.
That's just
that's why
Let me-
you guys agree that
that's
this
why
is
I
what
said
you
the
No.
dynamic
No.
is different.
So-
Let me tell you something. When we have this kind of a case before, and there's one thing that happened. That's why I said I don't agree with what you said. There are times that men don't even know. You know, there are times you believe that there's no enough in the house and you pick from the shop. Men may come. For example, now I return to home at night. I saw the food. Prepare the food. I ate it. There are some makeup so that she really need to, that kind of a thing that women do, which is not bad. It's not bad. You understand? It's because you have a genuine thing. There are times that you thank God when you're a woman. There are times that you buy Maggi. You just think that more importantly, you are selling that food stores. You may believe that you will return it, and you that did it, you did it with a genuine heart. The man may also not know. There was a time I even told them, if a woman is contributing, let the man know. It's like a man trying to survive because of the family. You know, most times women always say something that a man was telling me something. He said when he was working with a Nigerian newspaper, I don't want to mention the name. He said he had money and he used to give. I'm using him as an example of what he said. He used to give. There was a time he gave. Then 10,000 naira was a big money. He came home with 10,000 naira and he gave them 10,000 naira. Not 5 years ago, not 10 years ago. And because he has problem with his eyes, so he had to resign from the job. Do you know what the woman said? I want to
cut you short now.
Sorry.
Now, the fact is we are already digressing, and I don't want us to die. What she said earlier was that the woman, in the first place, the man has not been. That's why I said the man knows. No,
I want to say something. I want you to say something to
the man knows because she said at first he has been given 2,000 naira, 1,000 naira. That's why I said the man is very responsible because you know what this woman is doing. You know she's selling food stuff. So how
I'm
do
using
you saying
example.
the person, the man does not like. You should let your husband
Most
know
times,
when you are contributing.
most men
Wait,
don't know.
No,
a man knows.
I would have said
I want to say something.
I would have said the man does not know if the man had
been dropping very well,
yeah,
like
if
he
he
should.
had not been
But we don't know. Do you know his income? You
Wait.
made mention of something
Wait,
now that which
wait,
I get.
wait.
You said the wife suggested that the man should change his job.
Yes.
Meaning that the work is not enough.
Yes.
But at the
You
same-
understand?
but at the
Yes.
same
So
time,
now,
so at the same
the
time,
question-
where does he feel that all the food has been coming
I
from? Because I just feel that
there is
you know
one thing
that-
I would say. What I would say, what I would say now is that when a woman is doing certain things, the man knows. Is in very it is in minute. Wait, maybe it is in very minute contributions that you don't know. But a person that is making major contribution, you drop 2,000 naira. Sure, if you go to Buka, you buy food of 2,000
That's
naira.
what I'm trying to
You would know. It's just it's ego that does not make you, because you don't want to feel like, you know, there's some men that would not want to feel little. They don't want to feel little that a woman that they should be saying thank you.
I'm only answering because
But they should
I'm
not.
in that
They don't want the
shoe.
woman to feel.
You understand?
They don't want to.
I've experienced this same thing.
They want to act.
Personally.
Wait, they want to act oblivious to the things that woman is doing, so they don't look like
Because-
they're in need too much.
Sorry, just
Men
cut
are
you
like
short.
that.
At the end of the day, if the woman was working in a corporate investment now or something, maybe a corporate job, now the man, like, his job, because now you, as a man, you don't want to tell me that you feel 2,000 naira is enough. And
The man may know.
No, he knows it's
For
not
example-
enough. So now
for
you are meeting
example-
food on the table. You drop 2,000
Man
naira.
cannot know because your
Today-
transport fare is how much.
Today, like now,
Wait,
today,
You want to feed a family of 5. They are saying 2,000 naira should be enough.
Wait.
And you do not know that someone else
if I'm
is
coming out,
sorting the bill.
I want to eat outside.
Yeah.
You understand?
But the issue is that it does not happen with you regularly. What she's saying is that
Constantly.
No, now
I
it
eat
has been happening
outside
to.
almost every weekend.
That's-
Every week.
You don't
Wait,
get, you
this
are
one
a
I'm-
singular person. A family of 5, you cannot expect them to live on 2,000 naira and be seeing meat on your food. Òun rẹ́ran lórí oúnjẹ, òun ṣe ọbẹ̀, òun ṣe rice, and you think you are saying that you think that is enough.
Okay, yes.
You've digressed enough.
It's not
Because
enough.
according to our
I'm
point-
not
And
saying
the
the money is
person
enough.
knows that the man knows it's not enough.
I know the money
It's not
is not
possible for the
enough.
man not to know
You
it's not
understand?
enough. Yeah,
But
yeah.
let's be realistic. The money is not enough. Fine. But now the question is, how many people are at that post where they can give out over 5,000 naira